I tried the best Swampert team for Great League and the results were awesome. So starting with a very bad lead here, you're gonna see that this team is no joke at all. You can still pressure with this amazing backline that you're gonna have with those double shadows coming up pretty clutch. So we're looking at a team pretty strong, has coverage against the meta. Of course it might struggle against some meta threats, but most of the times you're gonna have a great time out there, and of course not a lot of those time stalling battles that you're gonna have in between your sets. So let's see what we have here, since now we can go in with the Skarmory, able to completely farm down the Wigglytuff. Basodon is at the back returning as a leader, and of course we're gonna grab this victory with Swampert just emerging into the battle. So into the next round we're having a Garping on the switch, which means that we can easily go in with our Swampert. I'm familiar to how bulky this Pokemon is, but I was not sure if a whole Hydro Cannon could go for the nuke at some point. You're gonna see in a while what I mean, because right here I definitely get to the Hydro, but right after I will try to snipe it down with a complete Earthquake. I was not sure if I could go for the nuke against it, but anyways they managed to shield twice, and before they reach the second move we are able to destroy them down with Shadow Swampert being the ultimate Pokemon up against this new rank 1 top meta Pokemon according to PvPoke. So able to land a big Hydro Cannon to that Noctowl, which will bring it to 50%, and right now I'm just gonna return into the battle with my Skarmory, because all three of my Pokemon are gonna be kinda good up against this Noctowl, and of course I want to see what they have at the back. I want to protect my Swampert for the end game for sure, because it seemed like this Garping was trying to provoke out of play my Swampert, but it ends up being just a Quagsire, and that's gonna be just a crazy victory for my Skarmory. Into the next one, and we're having a bad lead, totally bad lead against this Shadow Charizard. They can take those two shields and still deliver the nuke if they want to up against my Pokemon, so definitely I'm gonna get out of there to my Drapion, and I'm getting a little bit of luck here, just not gonna go for the excellent against this Whiskas, but it doesn't matter, we're still gonna go down. Good news here is that we can totally farm down and still be able to tank a whole Blizzard, which is pretty nice, and I think that the next Mud Bomb will still not be enough to finish us off. Also the greater news, not only the good news, is that we can get out of here with a lot of energy, meaning that even if they return to the battle with that Charizard, we can have the upper hand with those back-to-back moves. However, at the back there is gonna be a Lantern, and that can be kinda problematic, so the battle is definitely not over yet. We're just gonna go straight for the Hydro Cannon after, of course, we farm down up to the Earthquake level, and right after I have to take the next serve. We're both even on shields, I have to respect the damage here from that Dragon Claw, and of course I have back-to-back Hydro Cannons in order to bring them to no HP. Of course things aren't looking that great for us, they have one shield, we have none, but we managed to catch one move on our Skarmory, down it goes, but in the process now we can start baiting for that final shield. They are gonna fall for the bait, and now it's a race to the move which we can win through a CMP, and Swampert can always win that CMP, nuking down with a complete Earthquake from Shadow Swampert to the Lantern. Absolutely amazing. Let's get now into the next battle. So as you're seeing throughout the entire video, we're gonna have mostly bad leads, and one other bad lead that you might get with this team is gonna be Stunfisk, and obviously this team can still manage even against bad leads, because Swampert is the GOAT on that closing part, as Jamie Finn is saying. So right here we're just gonna keep going with those crunches up against this Medicham, and now we still have the Aqua Tail, which can connect for big damage, but of course the main reason that I went for it is to threat that final shield before we go down. We can do exactly that, able to tank whatever move this Medicham might throw, even a whole Dynamic Punch, but that was not the case at all, and now I can easily tank one Rock Slide with this without spending any shield at all. With that in mind now, we can go in with two shields against no shields against whatever they have at the back with our Shadow Swampert. They end up having a Grass type Pokemon on the face of Trevenant, and of course you already know that Swampert is just gonna go to town even with those resisted Hydro Cannons. You love to see it, a Swampert destroying down a Grass-type Pokemon, and especially Trevenant, the long-awaited rival from that old Great League format, because right now Trevenant is not that scary, especially with the recent nerf on that Seed Bomb. So right here we're just gonna reach with the Earthquake, unnecessary one, but still able to deliver the lethal blow here with our Swampert, and that's gonna be a great game. Tapu Fini now up next for the lead scenario against our Skarmory, and you know what, we can definitely stay in here. We can totally also take one move with this, but I do not want to do that. I'm just gonna charge up to the Brave Bird level and then throw my Sky Attack, and right after I will try to do exactly the same, but this time I'm just gonna throw not the bait but instead the nuke. I'm pretty sure they are not gonna expect it because they can survive one Sky Attack, but instead they're gonna take it, and that's gonna be an amazing nuke to start off this battle. So down goes Tapu Fini, and at the back we have two Pokemon that can definitely work well with Tapu Fini out of the way. So Sableye here is gonna do a lot of solid work, but of course we have so much energy to spare back-to-back crunches, and before they do anything weird, I will just destroy them down. I think at least that's a plan with my Swampert. So I can easily go in here with the Swampert. Once again they have at the back a Trevenant trying to catch one move on the Skarmory, but we cannot do that at all. So all we have to do is to reach to the Sky Attack. They know that, so they manage to throw the Seed Bomb. So pretty cool energy management here by my opponent, but still we have a lot of energy to spare, and here comes the Hydro Cannon. So as it seems we can easily finish off Sableye as well. As it seems the key element for this win was to go for the Brave Bird for the second charge attack that I threw with my Skarmory, and that totally grabbed the victory for me. So into the next one, we're met up with a Noctowl, and you might be wondering, Ganeto, you told us that you're gonna face bad leads. Well, I did not lie to you, but Noctowl, I understand, is gonna be one of those good leads, but still they managed to catch one move on that Lantern, and Lantern is definitely kind of a core breaker for this team, because even against Swampert it has a lot of play. All we have to do is to land the Earthquake, but if they start blocking like they do here, things can get out of hand pretty soon. So Surf is coming up, we got to respect now the damage, and right before the CMP I'm just gonna press here my Earthquake, hoping that they will not block because they're getting super low, and perhaps they're thinking I might go for a Hydro Cannon, they can survive it, but this is not the case at all. Able to deliver also one more Hydro Cannon on the Noctowl to put it on the red right on CMP, which is pretty crucial. Now gonna go in with my Skarmory, and of course at the back there is gonna be a Medicham. Medicham is everywhere. Medicham is perhaps the best Pokemon that Great League has ever seen on its format, and that's mainly because it is an amazing generalist even against its counters, even against a Fairy type. I mean, it can still destroy it down if shields are down. So right here we're just gonna keep going with those Aqua Tails, so it always feels nice if you have a team around Medicham, build around Medicham to counter it down for sure. So another Aqua Tail before they farm us down, which is pretty crucial. Even with bad IVs, Shadow Drapion is just gonna go to town with those moves. Into the final one now, trainers, and I have kept the worst possible lead ever for that final battle, and we're having of course Alolan Sandslash on its Shadow form. So Shadow mode is activated right here from our side now, because our backline is double Shadow, and we can do a lot of solid work even against this Medicham. I'm just gonna charge up to the point that I have a lot of energy to spare, and at this point we can grab the first shield out of play. I'm pretty sure that going in here with the Swampert is not the ideal scenario, because I might want to keep that Swampert against this Alolan Sandslash. So the reason that I did it is because I panicked. I don't know why. I should have gotten in there with my Skarmory anyways, but at this point they have the Sableye, just gonna press the Earthquake, and boom! Down goes Sableye. So Sandslash now can be kinda problematic up against my Pokemon, because they can block and absolutely farm down. I know that, so we're just gonna get this shield out of play, and right after gonna switch out to my Skarmory. I know that a Brave Bird to a non-Shadow Alolan Sandslash will deal around 50%, so all I want to do here here is to reach to that Brave Bird and perhaps deal even more than 50%. So let's see how much damage we can do. Okay, it is gonna be enough, and that is gonna wrap things up for today's video. So thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. A huge thank you as well for helping me reach over here on my channel 4K subscribers, which is pretty neat. And now with that said, just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my content if you want to see more of my stuff here on YouTube. So over here I have also 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.